What I did was I employed two simple techniques which we have learnt over the weeks. One is a lathe and one is an edit poly extrude. So I started with a shape in the front viewport. When you use a reference, you get the proportions right. Okay, I'm going to do it a bit by guess, but just sort of bear with me. So I'm just going a click. Probably should have used a snap, but it's okay. I'm just trying to make a grip. It's not really working, but that's okay. And I close it. A very simple thing. One thing that I make sure is I select this point here, and make its x equal to 0. So it's sitting exactly on 0. Select this point and also make its x actually 0. If you do that, then when you lathe it with minimum, it will work properly. Now you can see I've made a disaster here. I'm just going to go and clean up these vertices, and I can see how bad it is. So this one here, I might even delete this one here. And so I can adjust my vertices, and the reason I'm seeing the lathe is because of this. Okay, this button here and this bulb here. I can actually see what the end result is, and I'm fine tuning my vertices. And probably just delete this, keep it simple. Another one here. Okay, cool, enough. I think that's okay. I probably will bring these four vertices a bit to the bottom. Yep. I'm going to convert this to an editable poly. I should probably make it lesser. 12 is okay. I'm going to convert to an editable polygon. So you see polygons from this side, and crossing editable poly. So this one, press the control button, and you can see the selection has got a plus sign. If you press the alt button, see the selection got a minus sign. See that plus sign? See the minus sign? Visual communication. The software always, it's always talking to you. It's always reaching out to you. So you just got to get to a more romantic level with the software and see these signs. You know, when you start seeing these signs, you know what? Your wife will be amazed. Your girlfriends will be amazed. The signs you can start reading because you're seeing these subtle signs. So I've got these polygons here. I'm just going to quickly check that I have. Yep, the symmetry is there. Then somewhere here, I'm going to do extrude, a series of extrusions. You know, last time I was trying to make a segments by slicing. Now, if you plan it, now I know I want my curve, right? I want my curved blade. So that's one extrusion. I can go plus, 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 happy. Okay? Then I come to vertex. Take these guys, take these guys. Take my friend, soft selection, all the way to the base. I'm going to use pinch, yes, pinch, and I'm going to use scale. And if you don't like what's happening here, you can change the pinch a bit, increase the bubble a bit, and you can have a play with the kind of curvature you want. Okay, and you'll get all sorts of probably go 1.5 with a slightly larger fall off. I'll leave it at that. I have points to get my bevel. What I'm going to do is, from the top view, I'm going to take these vertices, and I already have this as a pinch. My pinch actually wasn't symmetric, and I don't know why. I have this, and I have this. I'll leave it at that. Top view. This and this, I want it to be really sharp, so I'm going to scale it down without soft selection. I'm going to scale these things. I need to scale it. Do it one by one. Yep, scale this one down, take this one and scale this one down. Should have worked, didn't know, but that's fine. These two I'm just going to scale a bit. I might use soft selection. Okay. With that, I'm going to texture this and unwrap it. So those of you who missed unwrapping, this is the next bit. To put metal in the blade and to put wood on the handle. Now you had a problem, Jesse. When you put wood on the handle, you can see there are some parts of this handle which are flat, some are cylindrical, and you want the wood to apply flat everywhere. When you were applying it cylindrical, these parts were getting stretched, right? So an easy way to do that is, you select the blade bits, you select the wooden bits. So I'm going to select everything. I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to make everything into set ID 1. Everything is ID 1. From the top view, I can have a circular selection, enclosed circular selection. So hopefully I've got all the middle bits, yep. And that's set ID 2. Cool. 2 IDs. I tried a few things. You can apply multiple UVWs or you can do an unwrap. You are required to do an unwrap for one of your assignments. So just understand an easy way of doing it. You can do it on any one object, not on all objects, but you do it on any one. So it's an unwrap. Unwrap. Unwrap is open it up and paint it. So when you open the UV editor, you go to polygon, and right now what is selected is selection 2. Let's start with selection 1. I'm going to just move selection 1 here. See, it's moving everything. I'll go to tools, break. So I'll move it here. I'm going to go to scale, scale it. Now this one, I can paint it as it is, no problem. Front and back are the same. Then I go to ID2. I'm going to go to mapping. I'll say, let me try normal mapping, back and front. Nope. Mapping, normal mapping, left and right. So that gives me this. That's okay. I'm quite happy with that. But I still want it flat. I want all the pieces flat. So I'm going to go to mapping, flatten mapping. And that's okay. I'm going to scale this bit here. And I'm going to move this here. See, all of these wooden pieces are flat. So all of this has to be wood, all of this has to be metal. Cool? Now see this. What happens if I put a pixel here? Will it go on any polygon if I have a pixel here? It will pick up only the polygons, right? If I have a picture here, a face here, it won't appear anywhere on the model. So what I plan to do is, I'll throw wood on top and throw metal below, and that's it. It will automatically pick it up. But to know where to throw it, I use tools to render a template. Solid. So this tells me where to throw wood, where to throw metal, right? I'm going to save this, and this reminds me that this fellow had a nice rusty texture the other day. So I'm going to call this axe texture reference. I'm going to save it as a JPEG file. It's in images. Okay. So I should be able to go to Photoshop. So axe texture ref here. That's what I saved just now. I'm just going to get some rusted texture, and I'm going to get some wood. The good thing is I actually know where my highlights will be, so I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to use magic wand. So I know for a fact that this part here is the edge and this part here is the edge, right? So I'm going to fill that with white. Edit, fill. So I have a nice shiny white edge. Cool. So now I'm just going to go for metal, gear solid. I'll just take something like this. Something which is much more smaller. That seems to be a small image. Yep. So I'm just pasting it here, right? Okay. In Photoshop, if you press the Alt key and move, you get another copy. So the blades will pick it up. I don't have to be exact. This top guy, I'm going to apply it a blur so that the edges have got a nice soft edge. And I might make an overlay. So if I make it an overlay, yeah, okay, that's okay. Now I just want wood over here, so I'm going to get a wooden texture. It has to be something like a tree, so I'm just going to go for some grain. I'll take something like this. That's really big. That's like 2000. I can choose under search tools to have size medium. Take this one, yeah. Okay. I'm just going to cover this whole part with wooden grains, because these are all the wooden bits and pieces. Okay, cool. I'm going to save this. Control Alt Shift S allows me to save as a JPEG, save for web. I'm going to save this as in the same folder, Axe Texture. It's going as a JPEG, Axe Texture. Now I really don't have to do anything other than go to Material, pick up a bitmap, which is Axe Texture, and assign it to my object. And see this icon here, show it in the viewport. There you can see my wood has come, my metal has come, and if I render this, you'll see it's not stretched. Wherever it is, it's actually wrapped nicely. It's slapped on nicely. They are different, believe me. It doesn't look that different, but that is wood, that is the metal.